on the hot
But I have
mic.
a funny story. It's too long of a story.
We'll do after.
Yeah.
Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche podcast, live from the Toyota Lounge, powered by your Front Range Toyota dealerships and presented by Bet365. We've got AJ and Rudo coming to you on an Avalanche off day, and we're doing a little bit of hate maxing today on the show, talking about the teams who might be a little bit fraudulent in the NHL. We'll talk about the teams at the top who we think are legit too today, but, you know, we're essentially a month into the season. There is now, I don't want to say enough data to really get a perfect feel for every team, but there's enough data where you can start reading into things some a little bit. Most teams 12, 13, 14 games into their season. So there's some extrapolation to be done here, and we're going to take a look at some of that. Starting off with the Avalanche, who, after their win last night, are at the top of the NHL as far as points percentage is concerned and sit at the top. AJ, how legit is this run for the Colorado Avalanche? Obviously, you don't get to the top of the league by accident, but with leading points, 5 overtime losses, how legitimate are the Avs?
I think they're really legitimate because you look at the underlyings, you look at their process for it, and there have been enough poor games from your goaltending that you can't just look at it and say, oh, well, their goalies are bailing them out in every way. Their goalies, and when I say goalies, it's basically like Wedgwood.
Yeah.
You've had 2 starts from Trent Miner and Mackenzie Blackwood. So I think that it's really like Wedgwood has done the job that you would want him to do. Has he seriously threatened Mackenzie Blackwood as number 1? Oh, man. But if you would have told us that through 14 games the Avs would have got 1 start out of Mackenzie Blackwood during preseason, I would have been like, go 500. Not that Wedgwood is bad, but like you're trying to mitigate that loss.
For sure.
You're trying to minimize that damage. I would have said go 500, maybe like have a 600 point percentage if you're really feeling good about yourself. 750?
Pretty outrageous.
Number 1 in the NHL? Like number 1 in the NHL. And yeah, like have they been a little OT kingy? Yeah. But through 14 games, they've lost 1 time in regulation. And that was a game that they kind of dominated in Boston.
Possession-wise, certainly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was certainly a fun litmus test of eyes versus analytics. But I think that what my big question to anybody that's quote unquote hating, or I guess doubting, is what about the Avalanche start do you think would be fake or unrepeatable?
I don't think anything. Well, they're not going to end the season with 25 overtime losses. I'll put it to you that way.
Right. So the thing that immediately jumps to your mind is unrepeatable is the games that they've lost.
Yeah. It's a fair question of how many of those are games they got to overtime that they shouldn't have.
How many do you think that is?
2, maybe 3.
Which ones?
The Carolina game for sure.
Okay.
And then maybe the Dallas game. Not that they don't deserve the credit of like getting the comeback and getting there, but there have been a couple of games where they put themselves in bad spots that you can't consistently expect to perform that comeback.
I would have said the other one would have been the first New Jersey game that felt a little like,
I think that's fair.
Might have stolen this one just a touch, but like all the others, even though they might have been outplayed for stretches, like the Carolina game was an interesting one because again, you look at all the numbers for it. They dominate that game.
Yeah.
But they were just in such a bad hole early on
Right.
that it, especially against a really good team like that. Now, with caveats, they were missing half their normal defenders.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's not like the normal Carolina. That was a Carolina that they were able to take advantage of. But frankly, if Freddie Anderson doesn't play great in that game, they win that game. So anyway,
I think there's a handful of games that you feel that way about this year for sure.
They're one regulation loss. If Jeremy Swayman isn't awesome that day, that's regulation
score 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even like, oh, they snuck into overtime and found a way to lose that one. They win that game.
Yep. I would say the other thing that I don't know that it's unsustainable in the sense of I do think the Avs are a very, very good 5v5 team this year. But you're looking at some of the possession numbers, some of the positive flow rate that you're seeing from them at 5v5, and you're like, it's probably not this good for the entire season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their expected goals percentage right now, 59.61 at 5v5 is comically high.
Yeah.
That, just for context, is 4 whole percentage points higher than third place Tampa Bay.
Outrageous. Who they did outshoot last night.
And in my opinion, outside of the first 5 minutes of the game, outplayed pretty.
I'd say first 10, but yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm good with first 10. When I rewatched it this morning, it was the first couple where I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And like the Lightning had 4 high danger chances in the first period, and they all came in the first few minutes. Yeah. It was like 7 shifts in, and you're like, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. This is going to be the game in Tampa Bay last year where they scored 8. And then the Avs completely locked it down, tilted the ice, and won that game.
Yeah. Weirdly, the power play bailed them out of that period. Not a feeling we're used to this year. So.
But also, that's the system working.
It is.
Like,
I have no problems with it.
There are going to be games.
Yep.
There are going to be games where your 5v5 is a little lackluster. You need your special teams to be able to pick up the slack for you. Special teams, number one reason, in my opinion, they won the game last night. Fantastic special teams performance.
Agree. Their second period, they also popped off, but
they were so good.
It's impressive how good the Avs have been at 5-on-5. And I think the right mindset that you're talking about Colorado with their 5-on-5 play is that it's been so good that when it takes a step back, it's still going to be really good, but it's also not going to be this good for the entire year.
It's not. But also, they are not playing a cupcake schedule.
No, not by any stretch.
You look at the top 15 teams. You look at the top 15 teams in the NHL right now in points, and they've played 2 against Boston, 1 against LA, 1 against Carolina, 1 against Dallas, 1 against Vegas, 2 against Utah, 2 against New Jersey.
That's a lot of playoff teams.
That's most of their schedule.
Yeah. You have a couple of Boston games and a San Jose game, basically.
Yeah, but Boston's 14th in the NHL in points right now.
Sure.
Boston's off to a good start. Like, we don't think they'll be there by the end of it, but they're off to a good start. They're 14th in the NHL.
Yep.
So you're talking about the only true bottom feeder that they've had has been San Jose, and it was a scheduled loss that they lost in overtime.
Indeed. So there are some, I forget which website it was, but if you go look up strength of schedule, the Avs have one of the easiest strengths of schedule left in the season of any team.
That's because their strength of schedule going into through 14
ridiculous.
games has been very high.
Yeah. So worth noting on that front that the Avs have done some heavy lifting early in the year here.
Yeah, and it's also noting just on I know it's not like the point of what we're talking about today, but about their schedule is that I think they've had 4 one-game homestands in a row.
Yeah, and then they come home for a game and then go play a back-to-back. It's weird.
Right. And they're doing it again right now. They're in the midst of another one. Yep. And we've talked about this in the past. When we had Eric on the show, he would talk about this, where when you play one game at home, it's essentially a de facto road game.
It's a different bed again.
Because it's just a different bed, different building, and then you're in and you're out, and you're off again.
Yep.
And it's not the same as like, oh, hey, we've got a 5-game homestand, and you're just at home. You get into that rhythm and you rock and roll. But they have, they came home, they played the game against Boston, then they hit the road, the game against Carolina, then they hit the road, the game against New Jersey, then they hit the road, and then last night, and they hit the road. And then this month, for the rest of this month, they have 5 road games. 4 of them are part of a back-to-back.
Their schedule is a bit silly.
Yeah. Sorry. How many did I say they had? 5 road games?
Yep.
Yeah, 5 road games. All of them are.
Yeah. I believe it's
a back-to-back.
3 of the next 4 weekends they have a back-to-back. So.
Yeah, it is. All 5 of those games are part of a back-to-back. 4 of the 5 are all on like road back-to-backs.
Yeah.
One of them is they play in Minnesota, then come home and play Montreal the next day. So, like, a lot of back-to-backs, but they actually do, the middle of this month, they have a 4-game homestand: Anaheim, Buffalo, the Islanders, and New York. 3-1 minimum.
Yeah, you got to make hay on that. Really, absolutely. Yeah.
Should really be 4-0. Smoke all those teams. They all suck.
Although it's been an interesting start to the season for Anaheim. I don't know that
We're believe talk in about
them. It. Yeah, I bet we are. Did want to wrap up this Avs conversation a little bit with you, AJ. I talked about it in my review, which, by the way, go watch it. Go read AJ's Studs and Duds from last night. Bunch of content on the game if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah.
How settled are we with the Colorado Avalanche depth? Obviously, your fourth line is Gavin Brindley's injured. LOC's not back yet, but the Avs' top 9 of their forward core feels like you're pretty set and forget at this point. And then your defense, you're still needing Girard back, but it certainly feels like a lot of stuff has fallen into place for Colorado.
No, I feel good about it because your fourth line, you're right. It's been a little. They're now doing we're rotating a guy out of the AHL just to see what he looks like.
Yeah.
For my money, I thought Tristan Nielsen was bad last night.
He had one decent forecheck, and that was it.
I liked, he led the Avs in hits last night with 4. I thought that was awesome.
Hits aren't a real stat.
Especially in Ball Arena.
Yeah.
They are a tough, like, you want to talk about rink factors with stat keeping, the Avs with hits.
Yeah.
Is one of the big ones. But anyway, they're doing that like rotating that. I liked Taylor McCarr a lot more than I liked Tristan Nielsen. This is a temporary problem. Logan O'Connor is going to be back at some point. Yoel Kiviranta, we hope, is going to be back at some point. I say hope because truly we've heard nothing about Kivy. Yeah.
I mean,
just that he was out indefinitely. Like,
Gavin Brindley should be back reasonably soon too. So
right. And all of those guys are guys that you really. Brindley is, of course, the least proven of them.
Yeah,
but boy, has he looked really good. We're still using this, huh?
Oh yeah.
And then Sam Girard. Okay, Sam Girard will be back soon, so I think that some of the defense is going to settle down a little bit, and I'm really curious how they end up aligning everything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Man, Sam Malinsky looks so good.
He does. He's looked so good. Back on the right side, he's looked so good.
And yet, the incredible outlet pass that he makes to Ross Colton
is on the left,
playing the left side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
It will be interesting. I don't know how it will 100% shake out, but you're looking at a team that it feels a little bit homer to say they're the deepest team in the NHL right now, but I would certainly say top 5.
Why would that feel homer?
I haven't done enough research into other teams' depth to really be picking through other teams' fourth lines and making that decision. That's all.
That's fair. I respect. It it feels good. I would want to dig into some of the numbers because I know Bardakov has been such a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But you also know that if you get down to it, if they get healthy enough, that a Kelly, Kiviranta, LOC, Gavin Brindley, whatever combination that they end up with those guys on your fourth line is going to be really good defensively.
Well, and when you think about the ice time that line can get, I know Bardakov's getting 5 minutes a night. Whoever, the Makar or Nielsen's getting 5 minutes a night. Parker Kelly played almost 14 minutes last night. And you put LOC on that line, and you know, whatever. You put LOC on that line, you know that's a guy Bednar's going to trust and play. And of these guys, Gavin Brindley had at least pushed himself up into that 9-ish minute area where Bednar's not just straight up zero shifting him. He's at least getting some ice time. And even as is, the Avs forward core's time on ice had been reasonably balanced, and that's only going to get better as the Avs get healthy.
Yeah, I really don't have a lot of time on ice complaints this season.
Yep. Cale Makar might be the only one.
I would say the two guys that I'm a little uncomfortable with are Cale Makar and Brock Nelson, and at times, Brent Burns.
Burns is one of those ride it when it's good, but you got to maybe cut that off at times when you see him struggling with his skating or something like that. But
with Burns, it's also the lack of trust in the Jack Ashan, Ilya Solovyov, all the one-goal games.
No choice.
There are some factors that have played into it where it's like, you can understand how they got here. This isn't stubbornness of just like, I'm going to run this guy into the ground because I've got him.
Yeah. We do need to take our first break of the show, just like you got to give Brent Burns some breaks sometimes. So let's get to our sponsors, including the official craft beer of DNVR, which is Breckenridge Brewery. You can check out their dozens of flavors. They've got seasonal ones that they rotate. They've got staples like the Avalanche Amber Ale, which I love. No matter what you're looking for, they've got a beer that you're going to like. So jump in with them. You know we love Breck here. They've been doing it for 33 years, and it all comes down to their love and passion for making good beer. They do it with 100% renewable energy. And again, like I said, dozens of different beers to try when it comes to Breck Brew. You can get them here at the DNVR bar, or you can always go down to the Breck Brew Farmhouse too, where you guys can have a great time. Awesome place to have a beer and just hang out. You can check out Breck Brew at breckbrew.com and go use their online beer locator to find Breck Brew near you. They're available in all 50 states. So no matter where you're at, you should be able to find them. I mean, we have some European fans. You guys got to come to Colorado and get yourself some Breck Brew. How about that? Again, breckbrew.com. Go check them out. And then if you want to get Breck Brew at a hockey event, you can get with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. Use code DNVR to get $20 off your first purchase with Game Time. Join over 15 million people that use Game Time to get their tickets. They have a bunch of great deals when it comes to getting tickets to and to anything. It can be the Avs game. It can be a Broncos Nuggets game. It doesn't even have to be sports. You can go to the concert and theater with tickets through Game Time too. So go get with them. Use either their last-minute ticket deals, their section selector, or just search for what you're looking for. And the Game Time Picks feature will filter out all the junk and only show you the best tickets for the best price. They guarantee you the best price on tickets. If you find tickets somewhere else that it's cheaper, they'll reimburse your account 110% of the ticket price. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and use that DNVR code for $20 off your first purchase. Of course, terms apply. Tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. AJ, it's game 14 for the Avs. Obviously, there's a lot of hockey left to go to really be making complete assumptions on any hockey team, but should the Avs be the President's Trophy winners from here?
Yes.
Me too. I agree. I don't know that they're actually a 125-point team, but they should do the thing.
Right now, I think they're probably going to be like 114 to 118, depending on how slow they want to take it at the end. I think they're unreal. I think that this is just them running it back the 2000, 2001 Avs. They're just mad about they're mad about a postseason loss to Dallas. They're determined to get home ice advantage so that in case they have a game 7, they don't have to go to somebody else's barn to do it. They've got a 40-year-old defenseman that's their Gipper. So
it all adds up.
This is the 01 Avs all over again for me.
Run it back. I don't have a good meme for Avs 1.0, Avs 2.0 that I could put together there. So we'll call that one a miss for me. We'll move on. AJ, when you're looking around the league, you're looking at competition for the Colorado Avalanche. There are some frauds and there are some gods of the NHL. Which side would you like to start on?
Frauds.
All right. We'll start with frauds. We each have three teams we pick. Yeah, we both have Winnipeg. Does Bailey have Winnipeg? Bailey sent in her pick. She's sick today, so she's out, but she did choose some picks. I'll just show the whole stream, all of our picks.
Tight.
I can't even read those. I don't know what that is.
No, it's screen sharing the wrong thing. I got it.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just trying to read it, and I literally can't. Too far away. Anyway, AJ has Winnipeg. I have Winnipeg. Does Bailey have Winnipeg, Tiff? I don't know. All right, so we all have Winnipeg as frauds. Great. I mean, AJ, you want to take this one away, or you want me to jump on it?
Do you want to start, and then
All right.
I'll see if I have anything to add.
I'll start with this. If Winnipeg is not going to be frauds, the one thing that could carry them out of this is absolutely Connor Hellebuck in the regular season. He is a guy that he might just go 40 games worth giving up 2 goals or less. He is that good in net for them, at least in the regular season. That is an absolute option for Winnipeg. But when you look beyond that, pretty much everything about their process is bad. There is very little to look at and go, wow, this is a sustainable winning process for Winnipeg. Their offensive generation is terrible. They're riding entirely on finishing at a rate higher than they probably should. And they're getting away with it defensively because of Connor Hellebuck and goaltending ability. It's not like they're completely locking teams down like they have at times in the past where it's this symbiotic relationship. It's just they're going to need Connor Hellebuck to carry that defense this year. And then you combine on top of that the opposite of the Avs when you look at their depth. When you're looking at a team that is begging Jonathan Toews to pretend that he's 25 again and be a 2C on a team in the NHL. And I know some of that is, they're managing some injury stuff and getting through that as a team, but they're just less deep than they were last year in every aspect of their hockey team. And it's showing in their process, but it's not showing in their record so far this year.
Yep. You mentioned the injuries. That's a really big part of this for me. Adam Lowry is back now.
Yeah.
I think he's back a little bit earlier than was initially expected. And then Dylan Sandberg on defense. Those are both bad losses. And the fact that they've continued to steal games that they frankly haven't deserved to win is huge for them because that's them managing their injury issues. And if they get through those cleanly and they come out on the other side of it, and then their process is going to improve with Adam Lowry and Dylan Sandberg.
For sure.
It's going to improve. But right now we're talking about a bottom 5 process team.
Yep. It's bad.
And is Adam Lowry and Dylan Sandberg going to be enough to make that
I don't think
10 process team? It feels really unlikely to me. So I'm skeptical.
Yep.
I'm skeptical on their ability to improve that much. They have heavily relied on their top line, their power play, and as you mentioned, an unsustainable finishing rate.
Yep.
And great goaltending. Frankly, it's a pretty similar formula as last year, except last year their process was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't President's Trophy good. But it was good. It was genuinely, they were a top 10, generously top 10 team. But they are, they have not been that so far this year. They have not been that. Then if the Central Division hadn't been just such a, that weak middle class, hadn't had such a tough start to the year, it's been okay, right? There hasn't been a ton of separation there. I think they'd be in more trouble. But I really do. I'm just waiting. I might die waiting for this to happen. But they're they have to come back to earth at some point, right? There's no way that they're gonna go on 3 straight years of this. Now, again, their process is much worse than it has been the last couple of seasons. But Hellebuck is once again just doing Hellebuck things. Yep. And they are, I think they're riding the Lightning a lot more than the last couple of years. Like they're not. I think they are much closer to bum status than contender until they make a move or two.
Regular season Winnipeg used to feel like, wow, they're just smothering teams. You're not going to get that many opportunities, and the ones you do, Hellebuck is going to be a wall against you. This year, it feels more like they are barely surviving because Hellebuck is really good.
Yeah.
So.
And their power play.
Yeah, fair enough.
You just can't. Power play, they're special teams.
Yeah.
They're not losing the special teams battle, which makes it a lot easier for them to continue to
getting away with it, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
They're getting rocked at 5v5. Hellebuck is bailing them out, and their special teams are winning them games.
Again. Yep. Fraud number 2. AJ, who you got?
I don't remember. Tiff, who do I have?
I want to do something.
Okay, Tiff has a plan, apparently.
2 of you have a thing in fraud.
Okay.
And 1 of you has 1 in gods.
We probably shouldn't be doing this right now.
Who? What team is this? Okay. I have Utah in my frauds. I thought I
have Utah as a god, not as a fraud.
I thought I had a different fraud, but obviously I don't remember my own list because I did it at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Utah's in it. Yeah, I didn't think so. I will say I had Utah closer to fraud than God, though.
Yeah, I think I was torn on Utah, and some of this is that I had a hard time coming up with a third God team that I was really comfortable with.
Which is fair.
But so what I really like about Utah is that the top of their lineup is really good, and it's been really good, and it's what's driving them. And their defense is missing Sean Dursey, who is a top 3 guy for them. I don't know if he's really a true top pairing guy. It doesn't really matter.
It's an interesting conversation with Simashev now there.
And Simashev has been good.
Yeah.
To the shock of both of us, Simashev has handled that job really well.
Yep.
And I like so much of what I see out of Utah. And a big thing here is that they are built to play their style really well. We've seen that in previous seasons. But with the added, if Logan Cooley's breakout is for real, this Nick Schmaltz one, I don't think necessarily is for real.
Yeah, probably not.
Some early season sillies. But if the Logan Cooley breakout is for real, then they've got the goods at the top of their roster, and a play style and a roster built for that play style. And I think that's a good combination for the regular season. Now, I think that they're going to flame out in the postseason, and it's going to be like they're not deep enough to make a big run. They're going to scare the jeepers out of somebody in round 1. I'm not buying that they're that team, but for the start of this season, this isn't who I think is going to be there at the end of the year, right? This is to start this season. Who do I think has been a god? And I love what Utah has done.
I think they're a lot funner than they have been in previous years. But I do think when you go look at their process, some of their offensive scoring rates seem unsustainable. If Logan Cooley is for real, if some of this stuff from their top guys is for real, maybe you believe a little bit more there, but I don't know that their scoring is going to continue the way that it has. And part of that comes into your depth conversation. I think their depth low-key sucks. Mm-hmm. At least their forward depth.
I agree with you.
There's a lot of guys that are going to struggle to produce at all in their bottom 6. And then I don't trust Karel Vejmelka at all.
Vejmelka is one where I trust him. When we say trust, what's the expectation? Because I think he's like the 20th best starter in the NHL where I'm like, he's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's I don't think he's great. I don't think he's bad. I think he's fine. I find him inoffensive as a starting goal. I don't think he will hold them back, but he's not going to do like if their process was what Winnipeg's process would be, they would be terrible.
They're getting smoked. And that's you combine that, right? Like if I believe their offense might take a bit of a step back and then you have Vejmelka, you could run into a problem there. That's where I'm at with the fraudulent side of Utah.
I think that's fair.
But look, honestly, the only guy, if Barrett Hayton starts producing, though, maybe all of a sudden that offense becomes a little bit more sustainable for them. But AJ and I are Barrett Hayton haters, so
I just think that you're looking at the teams in the Central. How have they been so far this year? I think Utah and Dallas are interesting. Like they've got their ups. Dallas has been a terrible 5v5.
We're gonna have a conversation about Dallas. Yeah.
So okay, good. I didn't really know how to feel about them in this exercise of frauds versus gods, where I'm like, I
don't think they're frauds, but
yeah, I did not know how to feel about them, frankly. But I like what Utah has done so much more than I like what Winnipeg has done. Because
I think that's fair.
Utah's process has been so much better than what Winnipeg's has been.
I think especially defensively, Utah has been quietly quite good. Again, I don't know how sustainable their offense is, but we do need to take our second break of the show. So let's hit up our sponsors, including Monarch. Look, we just watched the LA Dodgers win the World Series because salary caps aren't real and they can spend infinite money. But you're not the LA Dodgers. You probably need to pay attention to the money that you're spending. And Monarch will do the heavy listing. You can link all your accounts in minutes and get clearly updated data visuals, smart categorization of spending, and real control over your money. You'll never need to touch a spreadsheet again. Don't leave money on the table. When you're making good money, it's easy to get complacent. You don't need to track every dollar, but ignoring your finances entirely can cost you. And Monarch isn't just another finance app. It's a tool real professionals and experts actually love. It was named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. Forbes has named it the best app for couples. There's a ton more love that it gets from everybody. It's a great app to use for any situation where you just want a little bit more of a window into your finances, whether it be just your bank accounts, maybe your finances, your spending, your investments, whatever it might be. Monarch does it all for you. So don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser for half off the first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR. And then once you've taken care of your finances, you're also going to want to get in and maybe have a little bit of fun with Bet365. You can sign up with Bet365 today. Use code DNVR365. You put $10 in your account, bet $5 on anything, win or lose. You don't even have to hit the bet, and you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Of course, they are a proud partner of the Colorado Avalanche. You can get with them on that. My bets pregame every day have actually been doing pretty well this year, so maybe you can hit up a couple of those and we can enjoy making some money that way. With the bonus bets, it's like betting with free money. You don't care if you lose because it was free money. And if you win, cool, you have money. Win either way. Jump in with the NHL. They do early payout offers. If your team gets up by 3 goals at any point in the game and you pick them to win, you get paid out. So you don't have to worry about crazy comebacks hurting your bet. Jump in with them again. Bet365, $200 in bonus bets when you sign up with code DNVR365 and bet $5 win or lose. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Yeah. Well, who's next on a fraud list? All right. Seattle. I picked Seattle as a fraud. And this might be a little bit cheating because they're like third in the Pacific. It's not like they're super high up on lists as far as the team's start to the season. But I think it's pretty interesting because you can kind of compare their start to the Avs. The Avs are 8-1-5 to start the season. Seattle is, I believe, 6-2-4. So they're kind of like the mini version of the Avs where they're getting a bunch of games into overtime that they aren't necessarily winning and picking up points that way. But then you look at their actual process. They're scoring at one of the lowest rates in the NHL. They're really struggling to actually put the puck in the back of the net on a consistent basis compared to a lot of the other teams towards the top of the NHL. Their offensive process is pretty bad. Joey Decord's been awesome. Almost scored a goal the other day, so they got that going for them. As long as Joey Decord is top 5 goaltender in the NHL, they've got a chance. But for a team that has... I still don't know that Seattle has really found their identity as who they are. And they're relying on aging veteran depth that they feel fresh at game 12. But what happens when those guys get to game 60 and they're starting to feel the wear and tear a little bit? I do have concerns about that. It's just a team that is playing over their head from everything I've seen so far this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Their process hasn't been very good, and it just feels like Joey Decord is the only reason that we're having this conversation at all.
Yeah.
And if Joey Decord's game slips even this much,
they're frauds. Yeah.
Yeah, they're done.
That's
not a good hockey team.
A pretty consistent metric across the NHL is if you have a good goalie or great goalie performance on a bad team, high indicator that they're frauds unless the goalie is actually that guy.
Yeah. And I think it helps them standings wise. Just looking at the overall standings.
The Pacific sucks, dude.
Right. The Pacific is just like, who do you feel good about out there? Like, I feel great about Vegas being a good team.
Yep.
Eventually, Edmonton will be a good team.
They always start slow. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel very comfortable with that. But Seattle, okay. They're
a team for
think
sure.
They're bums, dude. Yeah. I think they're bums.
I think that's a fair way to say it.
And you mentioned that they're like a mini version of the Avs with all the OTLs, but they've played 12 games. They're 6-6.
Yeah. True.
So, the Avs have played 14 games. They're 8-6. So It's not like the Avs are like, oh, they're so much better. But they are.
Go look at the process and tell me they're not so much better. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah, Seattle with some of the best goaltending in the league is at a 0 goal differential. Colorado's at a +13.
That speaks for itself on that front. You did bring up with talking about how weak the Pacific is. AJ, is the future bright for Colorado for some of this? When you look at the East versus the West, the Eastern Conference doesn't have a single team below 500. The West has some...
Crazy.
It's ridiculous. But the West has, I don't want to call them gimmies because you have to go out and win every single night, but maybe some easier opponents for the Avs across the course of the season because you play in your own conference and your own division a little bit more. Do I need to put on my Shady Rays for some of this upcoming stuff for the Avs?
Yes.
Let's go. Go do it. The Avs' future this season, again, mentioned they're going to have some good scheduling coming their way. I know it's a little bit crazy with the back-to-backs right now, but later in the season, they don't have a road trip longer than 4 games for the rest of the year, I believe. And they have a couple of 5, 6, 7 game homestands. So a lot of bright stuff in the future. Make sure you are going and getting your Shady Rays so you're not staring into the bright sun as the future comes to you. Of course, you can head to shadyrays.com and use code DNVR to get 35% off any pair of polarized sunglasses with Shady Rays. That bright future for the Avs, though, may not be a bright future for some of our frauds on this list. As we can look at the full list there. AJ, you have Anaheim. I'm in full agreement. And I know I want to get your thoughts on this because you were picking Anaheim as a sneaky dark horse playoff team in the preseason. And I think that's still a fair conversation to have, but they're clearly not as good as they've played to start this year.
Yeah, they're such a fascinating team because what they're doing offensively is awesome. They're they're playing lights out. Leo Carlson looks awesome. They're playing at the top of their game. They're generating a lot of chances. They're a legitimately dangerous offensive team. They have a great goaltender in Lucas Dostal. Defensively, they're terrible.
Yep. It's a roller coaster.
Which is crazy. When you look at that defense and you're like, oh, all those first-round picks, all the talent that they have back there, they're awful.
Well,
defensively, they're awful, man. Like, they're not good. And a lot of those forwards that I really like what they're doing offensively need to get back. They need to back check a little bit because right now there's not a lot of help going on. It is like Andrew Brunette and Joel Quenneville switched bodies.
It does
so
kind of
weird to watch.
It's
just so weird to watch a Ducks team coached by Quenneville be like a run and gun defensive sieve. Just awful.
Yep.
But offensively, they're making up for it, and they have such a great starting goaltender that
Dostal.
Here they are. And again, when you're in a bad division,
yeah,
you're
going to
be in contention.
Yep.
And I just don't think that they're going to be a 700 hockey team. I think that they're in for a crash eventually, but they have been a lot more fun than I expected them to be. I thought they were going to be blah. I thought they were going to be really blah.
AJ,
and instead, they're fun.
Let me ask you this, because you have Anaheim, Bailey has Pittsburgh, and I have Detroit, which are all three teams that have had a better than expected start. Which of those three do you think is the most legit?
Anaheim.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh, I have not understood what is going on there.
Me neither.
Evgeny Malkin turning back the clock has really helped. If I'm being honest, I just don't trust that to continue. So I'm not even buying that. I would consider. I looked at him and I was like, I feel like it's such an obvious pick for a fraud that I'm glad Bailey did it. So
it's on the list, but not one that's super interesting. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like, yep, fraud, total fraud.
Yep.
Detroit. I'm worried that all my open hating of Detroit over the years is going to finally come back to burn me because their process has been pretty good. They're getting balanced scoring. Their defense it's not a roster built for any kind of long-term success because they've invested in so many old baddies, but so
are you really going to keep
Steve Yzerman's just trying to keep his job at this point, and this is the type of season that maybe that happens. I love that you're calling them frauds though. I'm not, because I just don't want to have to eat those words later and admit that they're good.
I mean, shout out the homie Micah, but are you really going to keep getting quality process from a 7th round pick whose name is Emmett Finney and should actually be in a coal mine somewhere? Like,
oh my God. Somebody in my fantasy hockey league picked him up and I was like, who the what? And then I went and looked and I was like, what is this? Is this just like one of those like 12, 13 game stretches that a team goes through? You just happen to have it at the beginning of the year and you're like, oh, maybe they're good. I don't know. We'll see. I think they're a lot more mid than they are good.
That's a fair. I don't think they're horrible. I would put it that way. Yeah.
I didn't think they were horrible coming into the year either. Like, I didn't think they were going to bottom out. I think that this is just on the upper end of their ability.
It's a good way to put it. And anytime I can call Detroit frauds, I'm taking it. I don't care if I'm wrong.
You want to talk about a team also that has benefited a lot from where their division has gone. Like Tampa Bay has such a slow start. Yeah. Toronto, it looked bad.
You have a bunch of teams scrapping around 500. Yeah.
Florida is in last place. Now, of course, they're 6-1, so it's not like, oh my God, they're bad. It's just such a crazy division right now. And then my other fraud, this is the one that I told you I went in a different direction with, is Ottawa. Because I think Ottawa is a good team that is getting dragged down by horrible goaltending. And as soon as Linus Ullmark figures it out, they're going to be good. I still have them making the postseason. I still have them being dangerous. I really like that team. Jake Sanderson, Thomas Chabot, they rock. And I look at that roster and I go, they're good. It's a good team. That's a good team. They just need Ullmark to stop a damn puck. They feel so much like last year's Avs to me, where before all the changes,
yep,
they look to me like last year's Avs. Top end talent, great defense at the top, solid depth pieces. You just need your goaltender to stop betraying everything that you're doing.
Look, I'm a filthy American, so I lump all the Canadian teams together. But it did feel like over the last couple of seasons, I kind of put Ottawa and Montreal into the same category. Last year, they're both teams trying to turn the corner, get back into the playoffs. They made some moves to make themselves a young, quality team. But we watched what Montreal have done this season to start, and they've been great. And you'll notice we didn't put Montreal in our frauds at all. And then you see what Ottawa has done to start the season, and you're like, there's a difference here. These do not look like teams in similar spots at this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, which is interesting because I think Ottawa has played better than Montreal. Montreal still has a lot of this late game magic that's going on that's carrying them.
Demidov and Caulfield have been real fun in overtime.
I mean, Demidov is just he's a great rookie. And Caulfield's game has gotten even better. I joked over the summer that I don't know that he's ever won one puck battle in his NHL career. He definitely has now. And Slavkovsky looks solid. Like they're that whole roster, I think, is just the addition of Dobson has really and the continued maturation of some of their young guys. I think that they're legit. I don't think that they're division winning legit, but I think that they're a playoff team. I thought that coming in. I love what they're doing. And they've got that, like, they believe in themselves thing going for them. They're never out of a game.
Yeah.
They don't get down. They don't get punched in the face, right? Like, they're just like, okay, great. I'm rolling. I love what the Canadiens are doing. And I would like for them to continue doing it because I would feel very validated in my entire summer of love for them.
We do need to get into our gods conversation, and I also do still want to talk about Dallas a little bit, even if they're not on any of our lists.
Yeah.
But we do need to take another ad break here, as we need to shout out the official vehicle of DNVR, and that is Toyota. Jump in with Toyota. Go get with them. They have a vehicle for everyone, whether it be SUVs, sedans, trucks, or anything in between. They've got 17 different models with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive like the Epic 4Runner. They offer more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker, even including hybrids like trucks, the Tundra iForce Max. Yeah, you can get a hybrid truck through Toyota. They've got SUVs that take command on the road or on the trail so you can explore the road less traveled. Whatever it is, get your next vehicle from Toyota. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you, including AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corbin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Again, Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR and the Colorado Avalanche. Toyota, let's go places. And then maybe when you pick up one of those SUVs to get up to the mountains this winter, make sure you're getting with Christie Sports to rent your skis or snowboards. Whether you ski or ride, they've got you covered with season-long rentals of high-quality gear, industry-leading prices, and they have over 50 locations everywhere you love to ski and ride. Their exceptional service makes sure you are in the right gear for your ability and style. They offer tuning all season long. Whatever you need, Christie has you covered. You can have your gear on hand all season long because of those season rentals. And if something goes wrong and you need to cancel your season rental, you can book with peace of mind. Enjoy risk-free booking with cancellation before your season rental pickup date. I've used Christie for my entire life as my family has skied in Colorado forever. The coolest part is you can get 20% off your season rentals when you book online at the link in the comments and use code DNVR20. So get down to that link and use the DNVR20 code. Of course, you must book season rentals online to get the discount and book by November 23rd. Outside is better with expert service and advice in every Christie store. Final period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast here. Let's talk about Dallas before we get into our God conversations, because, yeah, we all have Colorado. Big deal. We talked about them already. Dallas.
Yeah, exactly.
What is Dallas this year? They're
weird.
They're hard for me to figure out right now.
Yeah, they're strange. Their 5v5 play is horrible.
Yep.
Genuinely, it's not good. Yes, they're missing Rupe Hintz, but if you're talking about a team that was uniquely qualified, like uniquely constructed to lose their top line center, this was it.
Yep.
And they look bad.
I
They are surviving
argument.
on goaltending and power play. Like
Yep.
Mikko Rantanen has been almost a complete no-show at even strength.
Mhm.
Noted. He was great last
Shocker.
night, of course. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, he has a multi-point day. Great. He had his great game of the week.
Expected goals for
It'll
0.1 in that multi-point day, by the way.
Oh, yeah, of course. And then missed the net in the shootout.
Yeah.
Like, Mikko's such a freak of an experience. Like, he's one of the most fun players to watch every game because you just absolutely do not know what you're going to get with that guy. And such unbelievable talent on top of all of it. Like, love Mikko. Anyway, Dallas is not Mikko. Mikko is not Dallas. They are much more than that. Yeah, they've had some injury issues, but frankly, they just haven't played very well.
How much of it is Galutson systems?
Some of it. Some of it.
Yeah.
But he's not anywhere near as good a coach as Pete DeBoer.
I mean, that's
so
a
there's
given.
Some adjustment. Yeah. There's some adjustment going on there. There's again, you're missing Rupe Hintz and Niles Lundqvist on your back end, but like they were missing Niles Lundqvist last year too.
I mean, their decor is running into the predictable issues that you knew they were going to have on the right side.
Yeah. And the Jamie Benn injury is such an interesting one because how good is he anymore? Coming off of an absolute, like, he was so bad in the postseason that it was like fair to wonder, oh my God, is he like
done? Yeah.
Like, is this the end for Jamie Benn? So I don't know what kind of guy they're missing there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what kind of caliber of player he is anymore, but even if he's just a 30 to 40 point player, yeah, that hurts. Mm-hmm. That can't be a dagger to your lineup though. Like the Avs missing Ross Colton. Suddenly now they're no good.
Right.
You know, like it's an interesting question. And we talked about it all summer that the bottom of their roster is just nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Yes, you mentioned the defensive problems that they have. Half of their defense is unbelievable. Heiskanen, Lindell, Harley, unimpeachable.
And the other half
they're
sucks.
Exceptional. And the other half of it is truly, at this moment, bad.
Yep.
And I think Liam Bischel's going to be really good someday. He's not quite there yet. And Ilya Lyubushkin, Alexander Petrovic, like those are guys that we know.
Those are sevens. Those are guys that shouldn't be in your lineup every day.
Those are bottom of the lineup at best types of dudes.
Yep.
And like Niles Lundqvist is a guy that's never really lived up to it. Like we're talking about that as your big injury. Like it's got to be Rupe Hintz is your big piece that you're missing on offense. He is your 1C, but again, this was a team that at center, Wyatt Johnston, Tyler Seguin, Matt Duchene, they've got a couple of guys that they could put into that spot and be reasonably effective. And Jason Robertson's been unreal.
Yeah, been great.
He looks awesome. He's been their best player at forward. But
Dallas being a top-heavy team is a new look for them.
It's so weird that Colorado and Dallas have flip-flopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Dallas is totally reliant on power play to bail them out. It's their top couple of guys that are doing all the heavy lifting, and their depth arguably sucks.
Yep.
And now Colorado, you're looking at it and you're going, yeah, their top end guys are doing a great job, but their depth is fantastic.
Elite. Yeah. We do need to get into our gods as we are running out of time here. I had Colorado and then I had New Jersey. I think what we've seen out of New Jersey to start this year is, are they playing wicked hot? Is there some questions around Jacob Markstrom? I think so. Mm-hmm. But this is a team that it's felt like they've been flirting with this conversation for the last couple of years of taking that next step into being, they're a fringe playoff team. They'll get in, but they don't make a lot of noise. it's time. The way New Jersey has started this season, I think, is a statement that they are ready to be a real contender in the East. And their offensive process is awesome. They have a ton of amazing offensive talent. Jack Hughes, obviously, a baller, but Jesper Bratt continues to be awesome for them. You go down their lineup and you have so many quality pieces. It's a fun team to watch. Their brand of hockey is really, really fun.
Yeah, and defensively, they are still trying to sort through it.
It's an adventure sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, but when their offense is really clicking, they rock.
Yep. And
I don't think I'm as high on them as both you and Bailey are. Apparently, I'm a little iffier on I think they're really good.
Yep. But maybe not great. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just still on the Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt. Like those guys are the real deal.
For sure.
There's no but are they any better? Nico Heischer's great at what he does. What's different though? And I just see kind of the same formula for them. I don't know that there's a lot different. I don't think that they're so much better than they have been in the past. They feel very samey to me, which is a big reason I'm just not buying it. They're good. I just don't love them.
I would say it's fair to say they are a team that has to do it in the playoffs now, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I do think there is some sameness there, but I think this is a team that is talented enough they're going to be really fun for this entire regular season. And then if they lose in the first round, they're going to have some serious questions. But if they can take that next step in the playoffs.
Which version of Jacob Markstrom are they going to get? Because if they get the one that they saw, that the Avs saw,
they're in big trouble. Yeah, for sure.
If they get the guy that has been there quite a bit in his career, they're going to be fine. They're going to be a really hard out. I like them. They're deep. There's a lot to like about Jersey. I'm just not. I guess there's just something about them that I'm like, it's tough to put my finger on exactly why I'm not super buying it.
You got to make your picks at some point. AJ, who is your last god tier?
Great question. Oh, it was Montreal.
There you go. We did talk about them a little bit already, but yeah.
I already mentioned them, so.
Which is good because we have very little time.
Yeah.
Montreal, a great start to the season. No argument there. Looks like Bailey had Montreal as well. So that's actually all of our God tiers because I wasn't really willing to put a third team down in the God tier. Not that Montreal... Yeah, I know. I broke my own rules. Not that Montreal isn't fun and had a great start to the season. I do think there's a little bit of unsustainability there, as we talked about with what they're doing in overtimes and stuff. The same way the Avs can't lose every overtime, Montreal can't win every overtime that they end themselves up in, which I guess they lost literally last night in overtime. So,
one team for your consideration should be Carolina. They're missing half of their defense, and they're still awesome.
I thought about putting Carolina in there, but I was like, let's wait till their defense gets healthy, and then we can talk about how good they are.
Also, Carolina's playing all their games on the road.
True. They've had a big, long bunch of road games, actually.
Yeah, they're 8-4.
Yep.
Road versus home.
The other team that I thought about putting in here that I would get roasted for if I did, but the Florida Panthers, I understand they are presently last by points in the East. But for a team that's missing multiple major pieces, their underlying process has actually been quite good this year. And they're kind of doing what the Avs did last year, where it's like, let's just survive the first half of the season. We get Tkachuk back, and then we can start figuring things out on the year. I think they're better than their record.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. I'm glad you agree.
Don't let them off the mat. Everybody else out east.
Pin them down.
Let them off the mat.
They're going to come for you if you do. If they get back up, you're in trouble out there. So,
yep.
We are headed into overtime. Conversation continues online at the DNVR.com. Join us over there. Also, great times to support us. We've been having lots of fun on the watch-alongs this year. If you want to become a Supporters Club member, get access to those emojis in the YouTube chat and be part of the fun, you can do that. It also gets you access to behind-the-scenes stuff on YouTube if you want to check out that stuff. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun this NHL season. I don't know if that's just me and my mental state this year, but it's been fun.
It really helps, though, that the Avs are really fun. Every single day. They're really good. And like 5 overtime losses, like you and I have spent years. They lose a game in overtime and we both just go, all right.
Okay.
Just kind of like shrug it off, We're like, whatever, dude.
Yep.
Whatever. We don't care much about those. Those are coin flips. Right now, they don't feel like 50-50 coin flips. It feels like a Nathan McKinnon face-off.
Double-sided coin for sure.
Yeah. Like it's fine. But like the way that they've played these games, how good their depth has been, and like you look at individual point paces and you're like, oh, this guy's not good, that guy's not good, but some of them are pretty good.
The whole of the process for their depth is so good.
Yeah, you look at what the lines as constructed are doing, and like Colorado's best line last night was Brock Nelson's line.
He
picks up kind of an anonymous assist, and nobody's going to talk about it, but like. Getting it going. He's got 3 points in his last 5 games? Like it's
3 in his last 5. Same with Ross, 3 in his last 5.
Continue. Like that stuff has to continue. Absolutely. But Nichushkin's gone a little bit dark for a couple games, production wise. Yeah. He's played quite well in my opinion.
He's been a monster on the board.
But then okay, now Victor Olofsson has 12 points in 14 games. Like you just looked up and you're like, oh. And so that guy's on a 70-point pace still. All right. That's something.
I think particularly since they made that swap and dropped Landy to the third line, your middle six has been so good. Everything, even on nights where it's like, well, you didn't get the production, but they had a 70% Corsi for tonight. Like they were working the other team over in that regard. Or you get some mixed lines at times, but everyone is finding ways to produce. And your third line is arguably the best third line in the league right now. Like.
It's been fantastic. Yeah. And like you want to see some production out of Landy for sure. You want to see
pick up another assist, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jack Drury's on point, on pace right now for a 30-point season. It's a little lower than you want out of a 3C, but it's not far off. We're talking like a good week here bumps that up.
Yep.
Victor Olofsson will slow down, although him being on the top power play unit will help that. But even so, Victor Olofsson, 7 of his 14 points are at even strength.
Yep.
So even if you take away that power play production, like he's still doing what you want to see. Ross Colton, as you mentioned, he now 6 points in 14 games. Like he's
solid,
just rolling right along. 40-point guy. Ross Colton's a 40-point guy. Just finds his way. Doesn't matter his role. Doesn't matter his line mates. He just it's just who he is. He's so reliable, so good. And defensively, Brent Burns, Sam Malinsky each have 6 points.
Yep. So
it's
good.
You've got 3 defensemen right now that are on 40-point paces.
Seems good. You also have Taves has 3 points in his last 4 games, and I don't know.
He's gonna finish with 40 points. He'll just find his way to it. He plays with the best players. He'll get there. He's too good. He makes too many good plays with the puck. Like he'll get there. It's remarkable. You talk about it's been a fun season. It has been a fun start to the year. But how much of that is just because there's no like major Avs drama here?
Yeah,
it was like
that's a lot.
The one like ginned up thing was like the Netches contract stuff, and it's over.
Done. Yep. Done.
Finished. We're done with it. And the like injuries have been a small part of it because they're always going to be a part of it. But it hasn't been season derailing. It hasn't been every single day. This is the story.
Yep.
It's been solid.
Yeah.
And the team is just genuinely fun to watch.
Truly. It's been really fun hockey. Hopefully it continues. We do got to wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone hanging out. We'll have another off-day show for you tomorrow. Maybe we'll dig a little bit more into some of the Avs things, but that's going to do it for today. This has been the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by Bet365, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.